Well, I can share a few examples with you. X verbally promises to sell his book to Y for rupees 200. It is a valid contract because the law does not require it to be in writing. Another example is that a written agreement was made for sale of immovable property, but it was not signed by the two parties. The court held that no contract existed. Well, of course, if not the signings there, the contract does not exist there. And there is a court verdict on it. It is a court verdict that of Farzand Ali versus Khudabaksh 2015 and PLD 187 held by Supreme Court of Pakistan. Certainty of term is another essential of the contract. According to Section 29, agreements the meaning of which is not certain or capable of being made certain are void. The terms of an agreement must be clear, complete, and certain. If the terms are uncertain, the agreement is void. There can be few examples. C promises to sell 20 books to B without specifying their titles. The agreement is void because the terms are not clear. O agreed to purchase a van from S. The price was to be paid over the duration of 2 years. The terms of the agreement were not certain about the rate of interest and the mode of payment. Held, there was no contract. It's a verdict by Scammell versus Austin. It's a court verdict again, in fact. Another essential is possibility of performance. A valid contract must be capable of being performed. An agreement to perform an impossible act is void. If the act is legally or physically impossible to perform, the agreement cannot be enforced by law. That's what Section 56 says. There can be an example. C agrees with B to discover a treasure by magic. The agreement is not enforceable by law. Well, of course, law does not honor magic, recognize magic. C agrees with B to put life into B's dead brother. The agreement is void as it is impossible to perform. Put life into a dead brother, dead body. Another essential says if it is not expressly declared void. The agreement must not be one of those agreements which have been expressly declared to be void by the law. Well, there are sections 24 to section 30 of the Act which explains certain agreements which have been expressly declared to be void. For example, agreement in restraint of trade, agreement by war, or wagering. There can be very different examples. C promises to close his business if B pays him rupees 2 lakh. It is a void agreement because it is in restraint of trade. Another example. C promises to pay rupees 2,000 to B if Pakistan wins the final of Cricket World Cup. The agreement is void because being a wagering, it's a wagering agreement. See, they say C promises to pay rupees 2,000 to B if Pakistan wins the final of World Cup. The agreement is void, being a wagering agreement, which is not allowed, in fact. Well, we have talked about the contract, we have talked about the essentials of the contract after having had defined it, and then there have been many examples to the same as well.